Ladies and gentlemen, this is my recap and review of this weekend's WrestleMania. Night two just ended, and we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to get the negative out of the way because I don't want to harp on it for too long. I went live this weekend on TikTok. Shout out to the TikTok family that's watching this, that subscribed. It was a great time, had fun on the stream, had people asking me different kinds of questions. But as far as WrestleMania is concerned, I have to address the elephant in the room before I go into the rest of how I feel about it. It is entirely ridiculous and completely unacceptable that all of these matches were 15 minutes or less, with the exception of the two main events. What the main event match with Cody and Randy, and most importantly, that main event match with Roman and CM Punk, what those matches let you know is that if you give the wrestlers time, they will cook and put on a masterpiece, especially the night two main event between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, right? Not only that, the two second longest matches were Seth and Gunther, which until I just watched this main event match, to me was the match of the weekend until then, and the six-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Those two matches were about 15 minutes each. So all the matches that got at least 15 minutes cooked, and those two matches still could have used more. I truly believe personally that the match with Seth and Gunther did what it needed to do. But that Intercontinental Championship match could have went a little bit long. You could have given them another 5 minutes or so. But every match outside of that was literally 10 minutes or less. It was between 10 to like 6 minutes. And I think the Obafemi Brock Lesnar match was about maybe 5 or 6 minutes in totality. And it was the only match that didn't need it. But I have no idea what WWE is doing when it comes to the booking, the structuring of the shows. I don't know if this is just a major TKO thing. This is the second year where TKO is involved and in control with WrestleMania. Last year they had everything with John Cena and I can't remember the dude's name. The dude who interfered with Cena and Cody Rhodes. It doesn't matter. Travis Scott, yeah, the John Cena, Travis Scott. They had all that foolishness there last year. This year, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. It's just a mess. TKO got to get it together. It seems like they're so money hungry that they don't care about the storyline when it comes to WrestleMania. They just want to put out something. And it's funny because even without the build to WrestleMania, this WrestleMania still, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad WrestleMania. The matches were just too short. My grade, honestly, yesterday I wanted to give night one. I wanted to give night one a B. I wanted to give night one a B. But the more I thought about night one and how short the matches were and what we were robbed of, especially the Liv Morgan Stephanie Raquel match, we were robbed of a build that was chaotic and violent. The match started off chaotic and violent just for it to end after what, 8 minutes? That's unacceptable for a women's world championship match. That is unacceptable. Um, that's all I can say about that. Like I can go on and on and on about that, but I guess night one has to get a C plus, and night two, if I'm being 100% honest with you, I wanted some matches longer with night two, but that main event match kind of saved it for me because to me that's match of the night. It's the main event of night two, then it's Seth and Gunther, um, then it's probably the Intercontinental Championship match. Um, and then Cody and Randy. Those two might be interchangeable. Cody and Randy wasn't as bad. We all just don't like the fact that Cody retained. But I think night two has to get an A minus. So if I'm giving night two an A minus and night one a C plus, then I think a solid B is really the grade to take away for WrestleMania 42. Um, Better than the build, but not as good as it could have been. As far as my predictions, you guys know I did a predictions video. Um, On night one, I predicted the Usos and LA Knight to defeat the Vision and ISO Speed. They did. Night two, I predicted. Night two. Match two, I predicted Jacob Fatu to beat Drew McIntyre in the unsanctioned match. An unsanctioned match that needed so much more time because it felt more like a street fight than an unsanctioned match. I think the street fight between Dominic Mysterio and Demon Finn Balor was more violent than the street fight, than the unsanctioned match between Jacob and Drew. Jacob and Drew had more spots, but like the way Demon and Finn and Dom went at each other, I felt like it was a better product. But I predicted Jacob to beat Drew. Jacob won in the women's fatal four-way tag team title match. When I made my predictions, it was Nia and Lash versus Charlexa versus the Bella Twins versus Bayley and Lyra. I had Bayley and Lyra winning that match up until Nikki Bella came out and announced that she was injured and she wasn't going to fight, and then Paige came back. When Paige came back, I said on stream that I predicted Bayley and Lyra, so I was going to stick with my prediction, but I'm almost like I was ready to switch because I almost kind of knew they were going to try to give the victory to Paige. They were going to say that Paige deserved it. So I saw that coming. So I technically got that prediction wrong, but also kind of right. But so 2-1 in predictions there. Then there was the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. I got that wrong. I thought AJ Lee would retain. Becky cheated, but she won the match. So 2 for 2, 2-2 in predictions at that point. Then there was Seth versus Gunther. I predicted Gunther winning specifically because Braun Breaker was going to interfere. It happened exactly like I said it would, but prior to all of that, it was a phenomenal match. And I really liked it. And at the time, it was my favorite match of the weekend. But I got that right. So I'm 3-2 in predictions. Then Women's World Championship match between Liv and Steph, a match I was super excited for. This was actually my second most anticipated match of the weekend. We'll get to the one that was the most. But Liv did win, even though they cut that match super short. Liv did win that match. That puts me at 4-2. And then I predicted that the main event, WWE Championship match between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, I predicted Randy would win that match. That did not happen. This match was great. This match was great until Cody pinned Randy. When Cody pinned Randy, I immediately threw my glasses off my face in frustration because I'm like, I didn't see a reason that Cody needed that victory. But Randy then hit him with the title and then punt kicked him afterwards. So they're going to continue to feud. So that changed my whole perspective on it. But I lost that. So I went 4-3 on night one when it came to predictions. Night two, Oba versus Brock kicked it off. I predicted Oba to win. Oba won. Fantastic match, if you ask me. I wanted it to be a little bit longer personally. It didn't need to be. I just personally wanted it to be a little bit longer, but it did what it would needed to do. They were even at first. Oba had his show of strength against Brock. Brock was frustrated, didn't know what he was going to do to overpower him. He managed to trick Oba and get him hung up on the ropes. Then he brought him outside and started throwing him into the post, into the steps. Threw him back in the ring, hit him with 3 Germans, went for a fourth. Oba hit him with some elbows, and when he hit him with those elbows, it looked like he started doing his running uppercut. He was doing those running uppercuts, went for a third one. Brock caught him with the F5. Didn't even go for the 1-2. He caught him with the F5. Oba hit the ground and then got on all fours while Brock is showboating at the crowd, right? And when that happens, Brock turns around, eats a choke slam. Oba does his chest pounding thing, comes back, and it hits him with the fall from grace, gets the 1-2-3. Oba wins. I'm 1-0 on night 2. Intercontinental Championship ladder match between Penta, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, Rusev, Rey Mysterio, and JD McDonough. This match was amazing, and it could have been an all-time great match if they gave them more time. Still, great match. I predicted Javon Evans to win because I was really pulling hard for the young OG. But as most people predicted, Penta retained this title because it was kind of early in this title reign for him to lose it. I'm not upset about that. Penta deserved the victory. We give it to Penta, but I'm 1-1 in predictions. Then we had a street fight between Demon Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. No, we didn't. We had Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Sami turned heel because he attacked Lil Yachty unprovoked. viciously, and then Trick Williams ended up winning this match. It was an entertaining match. Could have been a bit longer. Could have had just a tiny bit more storytelling in it, but it was still a great match. Appreciate it for what it was. Trick won. He's the champion. I'm 2-1 on predictions. Now we got Dom versus Finn for the not for a title, but for in the street fight. Demon Finn Balor won. It was a great match, better than I expected it to be, better than I kind of wanted it to be. I didn't care if Finn squashed Dom, but it was around this time. This was the third, no, not even. This was the fourth match, and it let me know early on we were not going nearly as long as we went the night before. But it also made me upset because again, we have so many people who missed WrestleMania, could have been on the card. All these matches were super short, but what do I know? I'm just some guy in his studio apartment recording a video on his iPhone for YouTube. Anywho, Dean and Finn beat Dom, so I'm 3-1 on my predictions. I should have pivoted. I should have pivoted this next prediction when Bianca Belair came out to the ring and announced that she was pregnant. Because we were all hinging that Jade would win because she would go on the feud with Bianca. That's not what happened. And I should have pivoted my pick, but I stuck with my guns, went with Jade Cargill. She had, to me, a tremendous match. If you watched this match with Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley, and you still follow the subscription and the notion that Jade Cargill cannot wrestle, you are blind or willfully ignorant, and you're just a hater. Because Jade Cargill sold who she is in this match. I felt like she needed the win more. Obviously, the championship probably needed Rhea more than Jade needed this win. But I think if they do right by booking Jade properly, you can build her back up. And who knows, maybe by SummerSlam or by the end of the year, she could get a title reign again and have it be much better than her original. But Rhea won, so this took me from 3-1 to 3-2. And then the final match of the night, my match of the weekend between CM Punk and Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match was awesome, and it kicked off awesome. Like, they caught me from start to finish. I don't think I had a dull moment. The only time I got dull is when I got distracted when I was on stream with some of the comments in the chat on the stream. That's it. This match, I could walk you through it, but I can't do the match justice trying to reverse it. I will say, Roman Reigns should have got disqualified. He hit CM Punk square in the face with steel steps. He should have been disqualified. The announcer said that it's like, it's because it's the main event of WrestleMania. So that's why they were like, he can't get disqualified. Roman should have been disqualified. But then it evened out because later on in the match, CM Punk took off part of his wrist tape, threw it at Reigns. The referee was like, that's distasteful. So he grabs it to remove it from the ring. And as soon as the ref turns his back, Punk hits him with a low blow and a go to sleep. And I thought that was the end of the match. I thought Punk was going to retain like that. I was in shock. I was in awe. And Roman kicked out. It was a beautiful match, back and forth, bloody match. CM Punk got busted open from that. He got busted open from the punches from Reigns and then from that stair shot. And it was just a great match. At the end of the day, Roman won. The OTC is the World Heavyweight Champion. I was right. That leaves me with 4-2 on night 2, 4-3 on night 1. That makes me 8-5 for the entire weekend, which is a winning record. So, I didn't go 100% from the field like I did with WrestleMania 40, but I feel like I did all right. All in all, like I said, this was a beautiful WrestleMania in the sense that I was entertained. I streamed it again on TikTok. For those of you who came over to this page from there, I'm grateful for you. But I'll be going live on TikTok again for Monday Night Raw. And then I'll be recording my review for how I feel like Monday Night Raw went. So we're going to get into this. I'm also going to do some content, look into the NBA playoffs. Try to get some of my reviews on like some of the game ones and things of that nature. We're going to get those in. But keep coming back. If you liked what I had to say, if you agree with my predictions, if you agree with my reviews or how the matches went, you can go ahead and leave a comment down below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share it with the people you know who love wrestling. Let's build this up. Let's grow a community, and let's keep on moving strong. Thank you so much for your support. I love you. God bless you. Have a great night.